Well, have you ever used Wi-Fi at a coffee shop or airport? If you have, chances are you've left your details open to hackers.
So joining us now is security expert Daniel Lewkovitz for more on this. Dan, what happens if we log in? So often it gives you like a little code that says, just accept here and then you're on.
Yeah.
Easy. Free Wi-Fi, man. Who doesn't love that?
And no one ever reads those instructions. So it could be saying, click here and you owe us our firstborn, and people go, sure, and they click that and they go right through. But the problem is that Wi-Fi is designed to be publicly accessible, and often where people are using them, they're in very crowded environments, airports, hotel lounges, and so those, of course, gold mines for people who want to intercept that traffic and see if there's any sensitive information going through it that they could then use. Now, it might not be that they're actually sniffing the information straight off the wire, which is something that was happening in the 90s when Wi-Fi first came out. A lot of websites have reacted to that. They have the padlock icon, they use SSL encryption, but what criminals are now doing is they actually set up their own fake access point, and they rely on people not knowing the difference between, for example, airport Wi-Fi or airport Wi-Fi with a little full stop on it. So you connect to a fake Wi-Fi
network. So they've got their own little hub there, and they're getting you to connect to their hub instead of the airport Wi-Fi.
That's exactly right. So to you, it looks completely legitimate, but it's what's called a man-in-the-middle attack. So they're actually standing between you and the secure side and getting everything off it. So that can actually be quite frightening, because they can start getting information from you, credit cards, usernames, passwords and so forth.
So if you use a Wi-Fi connection that requires a password to get into it, are you then safe from this?
As a general rule, they're going to be better. So your Wi-Fi at home or in a corporate environment is probably secured against this. But of course that doesn't work in a public environment, because the whole point of public Wi-Fi is to allow people to connect to it. Now, in a lounge or a restaurant or somewhere where they give you the password, you should assume there's no password, because it's common knowledge and could be used by someone to set up their own fake access point.
Well, there would be a lot of people out there who would use this, for their small businesses, or maybe they're independent, contractors. They're going to these places. How do they know if it's secure or not?
Right, so you don't need to be terrified of Wi-Fi. I mean, worst case, if you just assume people are listening, that's okay, and you can modify your behaviour accordingly. If you're just casually browsing websites or you're watching streaming video, that's a very different proposition to, say, doing sensitive business transactions.
Don't do banking.
Don't check your emails and so forth, as well as that. But there are other techniques that you can use, for example, VPN software, which is freely available. A lot of companies are very good at this, but small home users and even mums and dads are now using this as well, just to completely protect it from end to end.
Right, good idea. All right, thanks, Dan. Good advice there. Coming up, a notorious Asian crime gang